Some letters of the ancient Greek alphabet are still familiar to people in the modern world. Alpha we take to mean the first, that which is superior, the pack leader. Beta is second, a runner-up or a software product still in development. Sigma, on the other hand, is often misunderstood, but not by those in the know. In mathematics, sigma represents the sum of an infinite number of terms that follow a pattern. A sigma male, then, is the ultimate culmination of all the best masculine traits. An ideal sigma is a man who is successful in all areas of life and has conquered his fears. However, that doesn't mean he is immune from challenges. A sigma will face character tests, also known as shit tests, throughout his life. But he knows how to deal with them. In this video, we're going to look at 10 ways Sigmas deal with character tests. Starting off at number 10, ignoring. Essentially, a Sigma male is successful in every area of his life. He has no need to take part in any sort of test that proves his worth to others. However, this doesn't mean that a Sigma's not going to be tested to see if he is, well, a Sigma man. Remember, a Sigma guy is like a rock. People will try to push him and see if he is indeed unshakable. When they realize that he is steadfast and unwavering, they will back off. If he is irresolute, they will keep pushing. Being Sigma means there is no need to be fazed because you are a high-value guy who sets his worth and value from within himself, not anyone else. This unrelenting confidence and steady nerve in the face of challenge is one of the Sigma's most attractive qualities. Number 9. Turning the tables. Let's be honest, people are curious by nature. This means that they'll want to see if a Sigma male is really as cool and confident as he seems. When this happens, a Sigma has every right to turn the tables. He won't start testing them in return. Instead, he will prove to them what it feels like to be on the receiving end of a test. He will maintain his frame in the face of a congruency test, while throwing a bit of shade back their way. This is usually enough to put an end to the testing, as most people don't like feeling uncomfortable or unsure of themselves. For example, if a woman tells a Sigma man that he's not her type, instead of getting insecure or trying to change himself to fit her idea of what a man should be, he'll often simply reply with something like, "That's cool, I'm not really into women who want men to change themselves for other people." Number 8. Giving them what they want. As well as being curious, people are innately envious of those they perceive to be one up on them. The tall poppy syndrome is best defined as the tendency to discredit or disparage those who have achieved excellence. If someone is testing a Sigma to see if he will crumble under pressure, or if he really is as tough as he seems, Sigmas know that the best way to deal with this is just to give them what they want. He sees no need to prove anything to anyone. He will just do what he needs, within reason, to get the job done and move on with his successful life. A Sigma man is much too busy and successful to waste his time on trivial matters. The person doing the testing will then back down and leave him alone, and that's what we call a win-win. Number 7. Using humor. Sigma males know that one of the best ways to deal with a character test is to use humor. If someone is trying to bring him down a notch or make him feel like a lesser man, a Sigma will just laugh it off. He knows that the person testing him is likely just jealous of his success and is trying to bring him down to their level. By using humor, a Sigma diffuses the situation and shows that he's just not going to take the bait. For example, if he wants a woman's phone number and she calls him a player, the Sigma will often laugh and say something like, "I'm sorry, I didn't realize you were interested in dating me. I thought we were just friends." Number 6. Agree and amplify. When a woman tests for congruency in a Sigma, his winning strategy is to agree and amplify. For example, if a woman says, "I have a boyfriend," in response to his advances, a Sigma will agree and say, "Of course you do, all the good ones are taken." By agreeing with her and amplifying the statement, he's showing that he's not fazed by her test and that he still finds her attractive. Women can test and find objections for any reason, but the most important thing is how a Sigma responds. All he needs to do is not be affected. When he remains unfazed by her test, a woman's attraction towards him will then skyrocket. However, if a man gets easily offended or seems thrown by what a woman said, her attraction toward him will suffer. Game over. Agreeing and amplifying interrupts the expected pattern of behavior and forces others to reevaluate their opinion of you. Number 5. Calling them out. This is a superior Sigma male move. The superior Sigma is so at ease in his own skin that he does not have to worry about who's in command. He has this attitude because he's achieved a certain level of excellence in all aspects of his life and has broken free from the game. If someone is testing him, one of the best moves he has at his disposal is to call them out on it. This usually shocks people because they were not expecting such a direct response. Once he controls the frame in this way, he assures the situation resolves in a manner benefiting his purposes. A Sigma will pull the rug from underneath the feet of anyone who tests him by being even more successful, more alpha, and more Sigma than they could ever hope to be. Number 4. Own who you are. A Sigma male is not afraid of a challenge, but he also knows that he does not need to prove anything to anyone. He is content with who he is and does not feel the need to put on a show for others. He's not afraid to show his true colors to the world and is proud of his achievements. If someone is testing him, he owns who he is. He's confident in his abilities and lets his success speak for itself. Men often fail tests because they are clueless about who they should be. They worry too much about what others think of them and try to fit a certain image. This makes them look weak and insecure. The Sigma is the polar opposite of this. He is extremely confident with his own abilities and knows that he does not need to conform to anyone's standards but his own. Number 3. Don't be tested, give the test. A Sigma is not someone who can be easily tested. He's always one step ahead of the game and knows how to keep people on their toes. He'll turn the table and give people a taste of their own medicine if they try to rain on his parade. Men who are in control, successful, and confident know they are desirable to others. Sigma men are less worried about getting tested and more focused on testing the people they let into their world. When you've perfected your masculinity and Sigma status, you'll have no problem sifting out the time wasters in your life. Number 2. Confrontation. A Sigma knows that confrontation is not to be avoided, but embraced. It's an opportunity to show strength and Sigma status. In the words of Jordan Peterson, you have to engage in a certain amount of conflict if you're going to say and do the things that are necessary in order to set things right in the medium to long term. Another way of saying this is that shying away from necessary conflict does not help you create the life you want. In fact, it will often make things worse. If someone is testing you, the best thing you can do is confront them head on. This shows that you're not afraid of a challenge and that you are willing to stand up for what you believe in. Number 1. Establish clear boundaries. The Sigma has a clear set of boundaries and is not afraid to enforce them. He knows what he will and will not tolerate from others. Personal insults should immediately be nipped in the bud. Sigma men have risen to this level of masculinity by creating and maintaining their frame. Whenever this frame becomes tested, a Sigma will deal with such tests in a way that doesn't weaken his frame, but more so strengthens it. Maintaining boundaries is a clear sign of strength. It's like building a solid defensive position in a time of war. Others may want to invade and weaken your position, but because you have a strong foundation, you are always ready. They will not succeed. A Sigma male is clear about where his personal boundaries lie, and when they are transgressed, he will let you know. He won't be aggressive, but more so assertive and confident. He will brook no quarter with people who act slanderously and impugn his character. He will not hesitate to take action when necessary in order to protect his boundaries. This shows he is in control of his life and will not let anyone take advantage of him. Leading a successful life means constantly being tested. The Sigma is someone who has mastered the art of dealing with such tests in a way that only makes him stronger. He knows who he is and does not need to conform to anyone's standards but his own. He is confident, in control, and always ready for a challenge. Because the Sigma man understands the power in independence, he's not afraid to confront those who test him. He's not afraid of risking insult. He's not concerned with other people's opinions, and he knows how to sift out the time wasters in his life and remain focused on what is important to him. That's all for this week, and I'll see you in the next video.